The State Department is firing more than 1,000 employees as part of a reorganization plan unveiled by the Trump administration earlier this year. Critics say that the downsizing will damage America's global leadership and efforts to counter threats abroad. An anonymous senior State Department official said the department is sending layoff notices to 1,107 civil servants and 246 foreign service officers with domestic assignments in the U.S. A recent ruling by the Supreme Court cleared the way for the layoffs to start, while lawsuits challenging the legality of the cuts continue to play out. The political world is mourning the death of David Gergen, who served as an advisor to 4 presidents. He spent decades in government, education, and media. He played a role in the administrations of Presidents Richard Nixon, Gerald Ford, Ronald Reagan, and Bill Clinton. His various titles included speechwriting, communications director, and counselor to the president. Colleagues say that he will be remembered for his bipartisanship and collaboration. He was 83. A divided federal appeals court has thrown out an agreement that would have allowed the man accused of being the mastermind behind the September 11th attacks to plead guilty in a deal that would have spared him the possibility of being executed. Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is accused of developing and directing the plot to crash hijacked airplaners into the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. Another of the hijacked planes flew into a field in Pennsylvania. The decision calls a halt to efforts to bring more than 2 decades of military prosecution to an end. It signals there will be no immediate end to the long struggle by the U.S. military and successive administrators to bring to justice the man charged with planning one of the deadliest attacks ever on U.S. soil. An immigration raid on Southern California farms leads to a dramatic standoff. Fox's William Legenesi is in Los Angeles with details.
Hundreds of protesters clashed with federal immigration agents in Southern California on Thursday as ICE and Border Patrol agents conduct raids on 2 licensed marijuana farms in Ventura County, where officials found 8 unaccompanied minors, all here illegally. Agents deployed pepper balls, tear gas, and flashbangs, where they were met by demonstrators throwing rocks.
People are welcome to protest. They have their First Amendment rights, but they can't cross that line. They can't impede us from doing our job. That's a felony. They certainly can't put hands on an agent.
The scene became increasingly dangerous when one protester appeared to fire a gun at agents. The FBI now offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to his arrest. California Governor Gavin Newsom responding to the incident, saying the Trump administration tactics, quote, evoke chaos, fear, and terror within our communities. This as we await a ruling by a federal judge in California that could curtail some federal immigration enforcement by the administration. However, the judge saying any ruling should not be overly broad. Quote, I think it's important for the court not to burden otherwise lawful law enforcement activities.
They want ICE to stop doing this, but if they base it on the rule of law, they're going to find out Border Patrol and ICE is doing exactly what they're going to do in accordance with law.
We are expecting that ruling later today. In Los Angeles, William Lajeunesse, Fox News.
The United States, South Korea, and Japan held a joint military drill yesterday. The 3 nations flew advanced warplanes over international waters of South Korea. The training also involved nuclear-capable B-52H bombers from the United States. The aerial display was a show of force against North Korea. South Korea's defense ministry says it was intended to improve the 3 countries' difference in response capabilities against North Korea's nuclear and missile threats.